Shalom to the whole elect of Israel. Let us give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruchak, Kodash, double honor to elders and apostles, great millstone. Let's get into it. This morning we have a lesson, or this afternoon, this afternoon. This lesson is going to go into, I'm watching a lady on YouTube. The title says it all. Matter of fact, let me get over there. The title says it all. All right. It says, women need to atone for their sins against men. Feminism failed women. Or hashtag Miss Andre, hashtag feminism failed women. Okay. I'm probably gonna play about 10, no, not that many, probably about 5 minutes of this of her video. It's 30 minutes. You can go and check it out for yourself. Better Love Movement, right? But she hits on some very valid and good points that would be of a benefit to women. Well, I'll say to the elect women of Israel, because only the elect women of Israel is going to understand this, and humble themselves to their husbands, to their man, and also it's going to play into the role of Isaiah 4:1. Women are going to. I really want to do this last night. I got another clip I want to show as well. So let's get into it. I'm gonna play this. Fair use.
One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach.
And the thing is, that choice has been a big a big problem, in our community, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian communities. Let me go here. Damn, it just skipped my mind where I want to go. That it's 25. Ecclesiastes chapter 25. And we're going to start here at verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. See? Okay, so with women, you're not supposed to be in choice of choosing a suitor for you. You should have a male, according to into our ancient customs, your father, right? Your father figure, especially if he's a man of the Lord, to determine who you should be married to, all right? Who you should give up the cat to, who you should have a bond with. And back in the ancient times, the father would have a relationship or notify the who's going to be the family of your future husband. Okay, scope them out, see what they're about, right? Because in this society that we're living in right now, you have to have that, because the majority of these people are into the world. Majority, even these fathers and these mothers, majority of these fathers and these mothers are into the world. You got someone that's 19 years old, or you have a daughter that's 18 years old, and you look at her age range, with 19 to 25, something like that, in these days and time, and you would look at, a 19 to 25-year-old young man's household, especially in the areas that most of us are at. You know, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, these downtrodden neighborhoods. You look at the parents in their household, it's shaken up. It's bullshit. Majority is bullshit. No hard workers, a bunch of scamming, scheming, drug dealing, drug using, alcoholic ass, no fear Yahweh Shai households. So as a father, as a man, you want to search all that and see what's what. Now, you don't want to judge a person based off of those characteristics of his family as well. You know, you want to go deeper into it. You want to look behind and see what's in this young man's heart, because those certain things can drive a person to be responsible. You know, someone that has a right mindset can hate the ways of their household, their mother, their father, if their mother and their father is living wickedly, right? But besides all that, a woman choosing her own husband is the reason why you have so much adultery going on in this world. Because our mothers and our mothers' mothers had taught us, or told our sisters and our daughters, you know, that has given them like the the role of a man, right? It's the role of a man to go and seek out a woman to be married to, right? Or a man go to the father of the daughter and ask the father for his daughter's hand in marriage, right? That would be the best way to go. That would be the respectful way to go about doing so. All right. But in these days and time, that's not what's taught to the young men or the young women. If anything, the young men, the young women are told to go and look for a man themselves, like this woman just said. And it's not up to y'all to be seeking your own man. All right, verse 20 says, as the climbing up of a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. See, and that's one of the attributes a woman's supposed to have when she get her husband, is to be a silent and loving wife. You know, not a woman full of words, you know, clamorous, loud, boisterous, which majority of these women out here are, you know, because of feminism. Verse 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. All right. So for the man, you have to find a woman that's not, you know what they call it nowadays, you know, an IG model type, because she's going to acquire plenty of attention. She's going to want plenty of attention. And if you're a man of the Lord, we got work to do. All right, period, point blank. Besides the physical work, we got spiritual work to do. All right, and desire her not for pleasure, because in these days and time, a lot of these women, they'll come up with any excuse to why they don't have sex, or why they won't have sex with you, especially if you're a man that's there for them, taking care of them, you know, and things of that nature. You know, they have all type of reasons why they're not able to please. I was watching a video the other day, last night, some woman with a big ass rack talking about she only has sex once or twice a month. She's not sexually active like that. She only has sex once or twice a month, but she was crying about how the guy had after spending what, 50K a year on her or some shit like that, and she didn't save up none of it, so he had let her go. Hey man, this is the mind state of a lot of these women that see that they don't have the intelligence. Not to say all the women, all right. I'm not putting all women in a box, because the Lord is working just like He's working with the men. The Lord is working with a lot of women out here too. You know, He's giving them the vision. He's giving them inspiration. He's giving them the thoughts or return them back to the old paths, to the old ways, the mindset of a virtuous woman, you know, which is few and far in between. But yeah, you know, a woman is a possession. If anything, a woman supposed to bring in supposed to bring to the table as much as what a man brings to the table. Why? Because a woman is a helpmeet. She's supposed to be helping whatever her man, whatever her husband says needs to be done. That's what she's there for. Verse 22, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Yeah, so you don't want to be a lazy ass man, right? And you don't want to find a lazy ass man for your daughter. All right? That's why it takes a man of the Lord to search out and seek a good suitor for his daughter. Someone that's responsible, God fearing, and Lord willing, basically in the truth. Calling on the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But being upstanding and a righteous brother, not just a nigga that know he a Israelite. All right. Verse 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak knees and feeble hands. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Okay? And that's the point, gad abroad. That's why I wanted to get to gad abroad. A wicked woman, a woman that doesn't have the spirit of the Lord, it hasn't been instructed properly, because we know that the number of wicked women in the world, right? But a woman that hasn't been instructed properly and she's not gravitating to that instruction, she's going to gad abroad and she's going to pick a wrong man to be with. And a man that 9 times out of 10, even if they do get the paperwork as far as marriage, she's still going to divorce him. Look at the race of so-called Negroes, especially the Negro women, Negro, Latino, Native American women. They're the highest ones of divorce. They were the highest ones, the highest numbers of divorce. And honestly, we're not even concerned about any of the other nations. Those are high numbers. At 80%, women is the reason why they do the family, the home is the household is being broken up. So I've said enough, so far. But yeah. It's not this book. What I'm trying to say, this book ain't gonna help you do shit. And other than that, she got some good points. I like to hear what she got to say, and we're gonna go in. Shit.
Teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
And there's no such thing as choice, right? There's no such thing as free will. All right? That's why it's best for you to pray, let the Lord send you the right man, and that you're ready for when you get that prayer answered. All right? That you set your mind right to be a woman fit to take care of a man of the Lord.
Good afternoon. All right, I'm headed into the office. All of my appointments are in the evening today. So I've spent most of the day running around like a crazy person. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a really hard conversation. And there are a lot of people who are not going to like it. So, never afraid to have these hard conversations. And if I'm being honest, I'm not afraid of the backlash. So someone has to do it. Someone has to start these hard conversations. Someone has to be brave enough and courageous enough to say certain things that some people don't want to hear, but we need to hear. We need to know the truth of the situation. We need to, be honest with ourselves first. And then anyone else that should come into our realm, we need to stop pretending and playing like we don't all see what's happening. I mean, we see what's happening. We all see it. We all see what's happening. And so I personally believe that women need to atone for their sins against men. And Some of y'all just busted a gasket right there when I said that. If we want to heal, if we want to see things get better between men and women, women are going to have to, number one, they're going to have to humble themselves. And because the Jezebel spirit is running rampant, I don't know if we can do that in 2025. I don't know if humility is such a thing in 2025. But that
2025, that's beautiful. We just going into Ecclesiastes chapter 25, you know, about women gathering abroad, right? Women not being humble, not being submissive to their men. All right. So she's pretty much hitting on the points. You know, this is a spiritual video that she putting out. She look like she's I don't know her age, whether she's in her 50s, her 60s, but these are the things that, a woman at that age, pursuant to, what was that, 1 Timothy? I keep on saying Timothy. Titus, right. Titus chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the younger women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, all right? Not all out there, not boisterous, chaste, right? Not undisciplined, and haughty. Keepers at home, right? Keep your butt at home. You don't need to be out in the streets ripping and running around with Dick and Jane and John and all these different characters. Good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Okay? And it's simple. And therefore you have a better way on maintaining your lifestyle, your husband lifestyle, because what happens with a lot of women that gather abroad and they out there in the world doing too much, that they require, or not require, but they are subject to different ways of life, which y'all can't. I'll say it's going to be harder on a lot of you women that have so much, that has too many people in your ears. I'll put it like that. You got too many people in your ears dragging you this way, dragging you that way. The only people you're supposed to have in your ears is your father, your mother, your husband. All right? And when you get a husband, your father and your mother pretty much ain't got nothing much to say after that. Right? If anything, they go to your husband and inquire of your husband how things should be going. If anything, they should be cleaving to him and helping him. It ain't, but in this society, it's the other way around. It's like the man, through Christianity and all this bullshit, how he was taught, the man go into a family and he's being told he's not being helped by the other family members. It's like his family is the one that gotta do for her, when it's supposed to be the other way around. She's supposed to be a helpmeet. Whatever resources that she has, family and or whatever she had got going on, it's supposed to go to help whatever the Lord has that man doing, not the other way around, not the way America has things set up. All right. And if you have a good man, what's the one thing he's going to do? He's going to make sure he's going to love you like he loved himself, like Yahweh Shai loved the church. Period. It all goes together, and it all knits together perfectly when it's done in order. But you got to know what the order is. You have to know how Yahweh Shai set the things up universally. And the main thing that doesn't run according to how the Lord wanted to run is mankind, because of the ruler Esau, even this wicked ass motherfucker in rulership, and the bullshit he put out there. So my point in this, in saying that, is that women, you got a man of the Lord. You know, he don't go to sleep without praying. He don't wake up without praying. He's calling on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's doing the work and things of that nature. That's what you want to listen to. These people out here in the world, these people out here got their opinions and all these talking points. You want to steer clear of all that. Family members, anybody. Because the times that we coming into, man, it's not going to be enough. It ain't going to be enough time for you to be listening to every damn body and worry about everybody else's household. Again, it says to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. Worry about your own house. Worry about your own house. Anybody that's not moving according to how your husband, who's the head of the house, right? Your husband is the head of the house, right? However he say things supposed to be going, hey, let them figure it out. You take care of what you supposed to be taking care of. Keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. All right. It wasn't that long. I was that long. They don't try to tell me I was that damn long. Well, Salaki, I mean to be rambling.
My name is Cecilia. I'm a mom of 2 girls, a psychologist, and I choose to transform my PBC.
Humility is such a thing in 2025, but that's what has to happen.
Yeah, being human.
So women would have to, I mean, I don't know if we can do that in 2025. I don't know if humility is such a thing in 2025, but that's what has to happen. So women would have to become humble. They would have to become vulnerable. And that is one of the femininity traits: passive, patient, vulnerable. And women today do not want to be vulnerable. They are not humble. But it is the sins committed against men, all men, by the hands of women. That's a big part. That's a big part of how we got here. And women have to be able to admit their part. I don't see that happening enough. And what's going to happen once I post this video to YouTube is a bunch of women are going to come under this video and say, the men aren't humble. The men aren't, here we go. And therein will prove my point as to why I'm saying this. Because once again, it's just so hard. It's so hard for women to just, you know what? I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it on the chin. I'm just going to listen. I'm not going to get defensive. I'm just going to humble myself. I'm going to listen. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to listen to what men say. And here's the thing, ladies. Can we be honest? You know the difference between good dudes, or maybe you don't. Maybe it's me. I know the difference between good dudes commenting and crazy men commenting. And I don't give any weight to the crazy men commenting. I don't give any weight to the dudes that are traumatized, that, they got mommy issues, daddy issues. Like, I don't even see them comments. I really don't. So I'm not talking about those dudes. I'm talking about just a regular average dude. There is not like tripping. Like, he's actually saying something if you just listen. Y'all will not listen. You will not listen. And then you have swallowed this narrative, hook, line, and sinker, that you have been oppressed by men. And that is not true. That is a narrative that you've been sold for 50 or 60 years, and that's just not true. The average man is not out here oppressing y'all. Their lives are 10 times harder than our lives. But it's like you will not admit these basic truths. If I post oh God help me, if I post something on Instagram, this one y'all really lose y'all mind. If I post anything on Instagram about what men need, about what men want, about here's how to understand men better, y'all lose y'all entire mind. And here come all the name calling, then I gotta block you. Okay? So just know, you come over to my platform calling me a bunch of names, okay, I hope you enjoyed the 5 seconds that it took to do that, because you'll never get another chance. You will be blocked from my platform. You will be hidden from my YouTube channel. So I hope you enjoyed it, because you won't get another chance, not with me. But here come the name calling, and here come the defensiveness, and here come the, what about them, and they, and we've been oppressed for thousands of years, and what about the patriarchy? What? The patriarchy is simply the eldest male. Your father is the head of the household. That's all that is. And y'all have made it, just like feminism, you've made it mean all these things that it doesn't mean. The patriarchy simply means your father, the male head of the household, the oldest male head of the household, it has a leadership role. That's all that means. But y'all have made it mean all this other stuff.
And that goes to First Corinthians chapter 11. The order. The head of the man is Yahweh Shai. The head of the woman is the man. And the head of Yahweh Shai is the Heavenly Father. See, if you're in this thing and you understand spirituality, you're going to have to learn how to come out of carnality as soon as possible. Especially with the times that we're coming into right now, you have to be made of a quick learning. That's why this truth, the way it's going out, is considered the quickening. The Lord is quickening the hearts of those that's opening up to Him. And that's going to receive salvation. Right? Right now, this is a time of trial and error. But it's going to be a time of life and death coming up very, very soon. Talking about Jacob's trouble. Talking about Revelation 13 and 16. Talking about that third woe. Right, the Third World War. It's going to bring a lot of calamity. It's going to be a time. Trial and error is going to be done with. You either get it right on the first try, or that could mean your life. All right. That's the time that we are approaching very, very soon. And a lot of you women, you're going to be casualties. You're going to be casualties of Jacob's trouble. You're going to be casualties of the MOTB. You're going to take that doggone MARK. You know, you're going to make sure your family take it. And you're going to be destroyed. There's no return for you after that. Or the World War III. You're going to be a casualty of that. Unless you repent, return back to the Lord, be obedient to His word, and play your part according to how it's written, in which we already told you. We already told you. You just Titus chapter 2. Read it. Go over it. 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Read it. Go over it. Impart it into your life. Let me see. Matter of fact, I keep on pausing the lady. But she be hitting, like I said, she be hitting though, right? Don't she be hitting on it? She be hitting on it. I think it's 2 Timothy. And 2. I bet you it's 3. Yeah, that's a good one, because that's some of the stuff that we're coming into. Difficult times will come. It must be 1 Timothy. But let me get this, though. Difficult times will come. This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. Yes. Where a lot of people are going to be casualty to this, especially a lot of our women. Right? For men shall be lovers of their own selves. Right? These guys ain't going to care about you. These guys don't understand the scriptures of Yahweh Shai. They don't understand love your wife as you love yourself. And if you love your wife as you love yourself, you're not gonna overdo things. You're gonna let her. You gonna not let her overdo things. You're gonna correct her. You're gonna put her in check like you would check yourself. You're not gonna overeat. You're not gonna overdrink. You're not gonna drink yourself under the table. You know, you're not gonna let your woman do that. You're not gonna let your wife do that. You're not gonna go out there and get hit in front of a car. You're not gonna spend your money riotously. You're gonna make sure your wife don't do it, because they don't have the proper understanding. And they will go out there and they will do the shit and think there will be no repercussions for it. And then you wonder why you sitting in the hole, or y'all out in the streets, or you don't got no food. But if she don't listen to you, that's on her though. Once again, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. And this is the times we're coming into. These people are going to have, their heart is going to wax cold. Let me see. Because the brother was bringing it up the other day. Let me see. I want to pull it up in the KJV. Hearts. Wax. Cold. I know it's Matthew. Yeah. 24. Matthew 24. 24. Yeah. Matthew chapter 24. Hearts wax cold. Yeah.
Strong's G 5594. Psucho.
Right? And look at the transliteration. Psycho. That's what hearts waxing cold mean. Heart meaning the lob, your mind. People gonna be psycho out here. Right? To be made or grow cold or cold. Cool or cold. Psycho. You know what psycho means. That's going to be the mind state of the majority of the people out here. There's not going to be any love, no concern for one another. For a piece of bread, people are going to be a literal piece of bread. I ain't talking about thousands of dollars of money. Nah, I'm talking about literal pieces of bread. There's going to be murders, setting up, backdooring, left and right for bread. That's the time that we're coming into, in which you women are going to need a hedge of protection.
All this other stuff that it don't mean. And some of y'all are willing to die on this hill.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's your prerogative. But here's what is really sad to me. This is the worst part about all of this. The small percentage of women that keep this lie going, that keep this narrative going, and y'all are the main ones that need to atone for your sins towards men. But what's crazy is you're hurting all women.
Right.
Like you've now all women. You hurt all women with your foolishness. That's just like when I talked to y'all some months back about slut shaming. I told you the origins of slut shaming and why it exists and why it must exist. Slut shaming must continue. Because if we let a small percentage, you know the old-timey saying that says a few bad apples spoil the whole bunch? If we let a small percentage of women run amok and drive down the cost of sex, which is what y'all have done, we're all going to suffer. That is why women have to check other women.
Right. Right. Y'all see that? Slut shaming. Rebuke the devil out these motherfuckers, man. This is why. Proverbs 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. And faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. All right. See, you got these women out here. They're not trying to slut shame each other. They giving them a faithful. They giving them wounds of a friend. You know, the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. They giving them, hey girl, mwah, you did a good job. Oh girl, I like that dress, girl. Yeah, pop that shit, all that. Well, you know these. You know how these unshameful, undisciplined ass women out here be acting. You know, you hear it all the damn time. You see it on the TV, and that's what she's talking about. These things need to be addressed. These things can no longer keep on going without being addressed. And you women, y'all are held accountable for this shit. Y'all supposed to be checking each other about this shit. Y'all not supposed to be, big up in your girl because she's going off, because she's committing adultery. Because of a bag or whatever. You supposed to be slut shaming these hoes, letting them know they going off. Again, open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Right? So the so-called friend, someone that don't really like you, don't really love you, so-called friend, someone that don't got your best interest in heart, here they go with the kisses. But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Here they come with the kisses, deceiving you, lying to you, but giving you a hug and a kiss and smacking you on the butt and all that shit. And then it destroys your mindset. And then these older women, y'all teaching that shit to y'all daughters? Hey, man, what did the lady say? What her title say? Women need to atone for their sins. We can stop right there. But against men, too. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to atone for y'all sins, period. And then y'all sins against the men. Especially the men of the Lord out here. These prophets doing the work of the Yahweh Shemel Shah. He's taking account of everything that y'all doing. Y'all don't got to understand it. Y'all ain't got to like it or appreciate it. But understand when the judgment come, now you know why. Now you know why. So repent. Repent, put on as the elect. Change your fucking ways. Change your fucking ways.
All gonna suffer. That is why women have to check other women.
Right.
Because when y'all go out here and give men a bunch of free sex and you don't require marriage and you don't require it, oh yeah, I'm just giving it away, hand over fist. Then you get some, you get some, you get some. Now, guess what happened?
Not with the Oprah Winfrey. Everybody gets shit, man.
When I go on a date, well, are you gonna give me any free sex? No. What are you talking about, sir? Well, there's women out here that's just giving away free sex hand over fist. And I mean, since you happen to be a woman, I assume you're going to do the same thing. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. Shameless dog. Got some Jeremiah 30. Ecclesiastes 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. All right? A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. You want to be counted as a dog? Right? With all these beautiful titles the Lord gave to his children, especially the women, you're a princess. You're intelligent. You're smart. You might not be the wisest out of everybody in the world, but you know Yahweh Shemel Shah. You know how he operates. You know what he expects of you. And you're doing your best to do that. She that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. You know how to do that. If you're shamefaced. You're not gonna be out here dressing like all provocative and crazy. You're gonna fear the Yahweh Shemel Shah. The Lord told me to dress modest. I need to find some clothes to dress modest. Okay? That's what you want to do. You want to fear the Lord. And if the Lord put a righteous man in your life to tell you to correct yourself, take heed to his words as if it's the Lord speaking to you, because that's what it is. So all you Jesus is my boyfriend or my husband and shit. All right. Well, when Jesus send you a man, you know, and what he's telling you is the right things to do, we're gonna see how much you love your Jesus. The Heavenly Father's only begotten Son's name is not Jesus, it's Yahweh. Right? But again, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. And you beautiful sisters out there, y'all don't want to be counted as no damn dog. Y'all, hey. But if you want to be shameless, then all right, bitch. All right, bitch. You're going to be called for what you see, and you're going to be seen. That's why this is going to take place. That's why this is going to take place. Verse 9. Micah chapter 7, verse 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned. No. That's not what I wanted. Verse 10. Salakia. Verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. All right? You're gonna be in a pitiful case because you ain't want to turn back, because you ain't want to listen to your husband, because you ain't want to listen to the man of the Lord, because you want to be a shameless dog. You want to be a bitch. You want to, your way is better. So it's coming closer and closer to that time. You're being warned. You're being warned by the men of the Lord. You're being warned by other women now. So you make your mind, well, I can't say you make your mind up. You better pray the Lord has mercy on you and that he help you change your ways. You know, if you're still stuck in feminism. That's all I'm going to say, man, because I got to go ahead and do something else. And I'm already 32 minutes. Salakia. Call her like you like. How about you? Look at that. Isaiah 4:1 is knocking at the door. Shaquat, you know, the brother Shaquat, man, be at the camp, man. You know, on his thing, man. 144K. Call her like how about you? Matter of fact, let's get that and we'll leave out on that. We'll leave out on that note. Cause yeah, if you don't be trotting down in the streets, you're gonna have to humble yourself sooner or later. If the Lord have mercy on you to last that long, and this is what our women gonna be doing. A remnant prepared. Isaiah 4:1. A remnant prepared. You see that? This is where it starts. You know, for you women anyway. Because the Lord's gonna make a man as fine gold, like a hiding place from the destruction to come. All right. Okay. Isaiah 4:1, it says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Yeah, your reproach. Starting with you, how you been talking shit about the men of the Lord, how you been in your feminism, how you been in your truth, how you been trying to figure everything out for yourself, listening to your girlfriends, taking their advice, listening to other men, taking their advice, mistreating the prophets, mistreating your husband, if he is a prophet. Okay? In other words, you've been neglecting the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's salvation. You have a lot to be reproachful for. Right? That's why it's gonna be seven women to one man. It's gonna 7 women again, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. 7 meaning a perfect number, a complete, perfect number, a perfect number of women should take hold of one man, and that one man is gonna be a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a one that fears the Lord. Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And that's beautiful to end it off like that. I want to see if she has anything more to say because she going in. But anyway, y'all can see for yourself. I stopped at 8:30 with her. You know, she's putting y'all up on game. Lord willing, y'all y'all listen and pray that Lord have mercy on you and clean you up. Cause you know, as this says, a remnant prepared. A remnant is being matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna name this. A remnant prepared. A remnant is being prepared. All right, right. So with that, I'm gonna close out, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Ruchakodash. Double honors again to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, to the hopeful elect, endure, endure, endure. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, endure. Till next time, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba.